Are we ready?
Morning.
Ready when you ask?
Yeah, no, I'm off and ready to go.
All right. Tony, another big game this weekend, playoffs on the horizon, and QPR away, tough one?
Yeah, tough game. You know, it's always a difficult ground to go to, and I think they're on a good run of form at the moment. Is it 4 out of 5 they've won? So we know it'll be a tough game, but they're all tough games.
The away form has been good recently, though, hasn't it? I mean, Preston on New Year's Day with you in charge, coming from behind and all of that, it was an excellent afternoon. Good form on the road. Well,
we'll have to be spot on Saturday because, like I say, it's a tight ground, you know, difficult place to go to. Always has been, always will be for me, because of the way that the football ground is built. Supporters are right on top of you, so it's a good atmosphere. Obviously, I've got great respect for Ian. Ian's been around a long time, and he knows what he's doing. And his teams are always very, very competitive. So, you know, they play good football, very competitive. So, tough game.
Yeah, as you say, you do know him well. Does that give you a bit of an extra incentive, get one over on your mate or something like that?
I will be competitive against each other, you know, and have a glass of wine afterwards, which is the way it should be.
Just talking about some individuals, Johnny Howson has been particularly impressive in recent matches. Do you agree that he's come into his own in the last couple of matches?
Yeah, I really thought we played very well against Fulham. You know, it was one of the most disappointing feelings I'd had for a long time in respect of coming off a game of football, having got beat. You know, I was really, really disappointed. Fulham are a good team, and I thought we coped with them really well, caused them a lot of problems, and should have won the game comfortably. And yeah, it was a big disappointment for me, a big disappointment for all the players who all given everything during that game.
Did you have to pick the players up? Because I mean, losing to a 95th minute dubious penalty is as bad as it gets, isn't it?
No, they had to pick me up. It was like I say, it was disappointing. It wasn't just that decision. There was decisions during the game that we weren't happy with. Full stop. And you know, like I say, the way the lads played, especially first half, I thought that was the best half that I've seen from them since I've been at the football club. So you know, hopefully we'll take that into the game on Saturday, and do our damnedest to try and get the 3 points.
And the movement out has begun this week. Adam Forshaw has left to get some first team football, he says, and
yes.
presumably you send your best wishes to him.
I've spoke to Adam. Obviously, I'd known him about 2 or 3 days, and he'd been injured, so I hadn't seen him train much. I found him a really nice lad. You know, he needs, as you said, to play football. He wants to go and play football somewhere. And it's a good deal for the club, good deal for the boy, and we wish him all the best.
Does that now leave you to concentrate on possible incomings or anything like that? Have you got any update for us?
No, I don't want to spend any of Steve's money this window. I think what Steve has done in the summer and the way he's backed the football club is enough money to spend in one season. We've had more than enough in lots of respects. If we can get a few more out, then I might ask Steve for a couple of loans, to see if we can bring a couple of loans in, and then push on with that. But I feel I have a responsibility to the man to not go in and just say I want this and I want that and I want everything else. And you know, he's been a very loyal chairman to all his managers in the past in respect of the money he spent with his football club. And I just want to give him the grace and give all the players and everybody else the grace of looking at the group first before then deciding what we should do to move on.
All right, thank you very much.
Tony, apologies for lateness.
It's a fine. Take his money later. Yeah, go on.
You say a sort of couple, but I mean that Trimmer squad. I mean, how good is that for sort of pulling together a sort of very tight-knit unit? Well, we've got to. I think we're overcooked in certain areas of the group, and you know that has to be. We make sure we have to address that. That'll leave us then a little bit more empty to bring 1 or 2 in, and then hopefully, you know, it's bringing players in who are better than what we've got. I don't want to just bring players in who are not better than what the group is. And that you know is always difficult. So next 2 weeks or whatever yeah, it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks.
You made the comparisons between Peter Coates and Steve Gibson, and how Steve wanted you to have a look at, sort of root and branch look at the club. But I suppose coming in and having to hit the ground running, you probably only really had time to look at the first team squad.
I've been around. I've been around in my own time, looking at stuff and looking at the way things have done. There's things that I've looked at and I think needs improving, and other things that I've been really, really impressed with. But every manager wants to do it a little bit different than every other manager. We're all, our own men in lots of respects. I just want to have the opportunity and the chance to lay a foundation here, as I've said before, that gives this club a great opportunity then to push on and stay on that upward curve. And given the time, given the opportunity, hopefully that will happen.
When you've got a feeling of indignation with the way the Fulham game panned out, can you kind of bottle that and use it in the next game at QPR, do you think?
It certainly stayed with me for a few days, and I think it stayed with everybody at the club, because it was very, very disappointing. And like I say, we've all talked about the referee and some of the decisions he's made. The worst thing about being in that situation is that you don't want referees to affect the game of football. You want them, they'll make mistakes, but you hope and pray that they're not mistakes that actually cost you the game. And that is always very, very disappointing when that happens.
And QPR, quite an inconsistent team. Hard to know which team's going to turn up on the day.
Yeah, I know Ian, know him very well. Known him since he was 12, 13 years of age, when he was at Bristol Rovers, starting out. So, yeah, I've got a good insight into their manager, and yeah, he's a good lad. Very enthusiastic, off the wall, but a very genuine, good family man.
And a motivator, of course.
He's always been that. He's always been, his desire to want to be a player was second to none. His desire to be a coach and a manager is second to none. He gives everything to, to what he feels is needed, and that's been Ian all through his life.
And finally, you spent an awful lot of your managerial career in the Premier League, but this championship season and particularly those playoff places, looking just about the most competitive ever.
The league is a better league than when I left it about 10 years ago, without a question of a doubt. There's more clubs closer together. I think if you look at the table, look at what's going on, what's not going on, and you see the performance of Norwich against Chelsea the other night, there is some very, very good teams in this league, and some teams who will have aspirations of being Premier League clubs. So yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be interesting. Again, I'm trying to find out more about my own club here than anything else at the moment. And to say that I've cracked, everything outside the football club in respect of who we're playing, the players we're playing against, what they do, what they don't do, I'm learning. It's lovely actually, just sat back and being able to watch teams play for the first time for a long time, having been so fixed on trying to keep clubs in the Premiership.
Good.
Thank you.